As parents, we tell our kids it's going to be okay. We say that all the time. But the truth is, words are not good enough. We must act, and we will. But today, let's hold the MSU and East Lansing communities close.
You're hearing from Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer getting emotional during a press conference today. This is in the aftermath of that deadly mass shooting on Michigan State University's campus last night. But we're now learning about those terrifying moments in just a few moments.
Back here at home, early morning fires keeping fire crews busy. One incident serving as a reminder to be careful when you're looking for ways to warm up your home.
Live from KSAT12, the news at noon starts right now.
New at noon, a San Antonio man now facing federal charges in connection with a string of robberies. The U.S. Attorney's Office's 68-year-old James Kirkwood charged with robbery interfering with interstate commerce. He's accused of robbing several national chain stores, including two Dollar General stores, two Dollar Tree stores, a PetSmart store, and a Big Lots, all in the span of about 4 days last month. Initially arrested by SAPD after police say he was caught red-handed at a dollar store on the south side. If convicted, Kirkwood faces up to 20 years in prison. It was a tough morning, and a Northwest Side family dealing with an even tougher question now: what to do next? A fire heavily damaging their home. As Katrina Weber reports, all the people escaped the flames, but their pets had to be rescued.
It took San Antonio firefighters only minutes to put out a fire that would destroy years' worth of a family's memories. The two adults and a child in this home on Vailwood View, not far from Bandera Road, woke up just before 4 this morning to the sound of their smoke detectors.
The initial crews reported smoke on the front side, flames on the back side.
Fire crews who were called here wasted no time getting to work, knocking down that fire, doing what they say the homeowners had not been able to do.
They initially started to extinguish it with their own extinguisher, but they ran out with that.
All three people were able to run out of the home safely, but firefighters had to go in and rescue their pets, a cat and turtle. Firefighters say it looks like the fire started outside the home on the back side, and they believe it may have had something to do with the family trying to keep their pets warm.
Well, there was a heater on the backside exterior for those pets that were outside, and that possibly could be the culprit.
Fire investigators would have to find out for sure. In the meantime, the people who lived here have to figure out their next move. Firefighters say the fire burned all the way into the attic, and the home now has extensive damage. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Crews also having their hands full with another fire overnight. This one at a mobile home on the south side. It started a little after 2:30 a.m. This is on Applewhite Road, not too far from South Zarzamora. We're told the fire started on the patio, spread to inside the house. 5 people and 2 dogs impacted. Make it fair. That is the message the activist group LULAC has about those negotiations for a bar that doesn't want to make way for the new Alamo project, at least not for the price being offered. The San Antonio City Council voting 2.5 weeks ago to use eminent domain in their negotiations for Moses Roses. The owner of that bar, Vince Cantu, had rejected several offers from the state and the Alamo Trust. He said those offers too low and didn't fairly account for the value of his business. Negotiations with the threat of eminent domain hanging over them now expected to start tomorrow, but LULAC had unsuccessfully tried to get the eminent domain process delayed. They're now calling on the city to make sure Cantu is treated with respect.
What's been done has been done. The water's been spilt. The milk is on the floor. I get that. The reality of the situation is, though, that now they can put the brakes on it a little bit. They can't stop it, but they can put the brakes on it.
San Antonio City Attorney Andy Segovia said, quote, "We are in discussions with the owner's attorney. These are confidential settlement discussions that LULAC is not aware of. Their attempt to intervene in the process without knowing the full set of facts is not helpful," end quote. Let's take a live look out at the Alamo City. Have you made it outside yet today? Oh, yeah. It is gorgeous. How could you not? Look at that. I can't even see a cloud in the sky. Justin Horn, tell me this weather is here to stay. Oh, no. Not so much.
It is going to be nice today, warm tomorrow, then we got a cold front. There's a lot going on this week, so it's going to be kind of all over the board. be prepared. The big story today is going to be the wind. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. And you look at the wind gusts right now. Gusting to 24 here in San Antonio. You look out west, there's some gusts to 44 out in Dryden. Ozona gusting to 32. I think we're going to get some gusts 30 to 35, especially across our western counties here over the next several hours. It's also pretty dry out there. We got a little bit of rain, and I mean a little bit this morning here in San Antonio, mainly just some drizzly stuff. But where it is really dry west of town, you combine the winds and a little humidity, and you get a pretty significant fire threat. Looking at the gusts right now here around San Antonio, again, gusting to 24 at the airport, gusting to 28 down there at Stinson. These are westerly winds. They do tend to warm us up some. These winds will calm tonight. We'll see less wind by the time we get into this evening. Gusts will be down in the 10 to 15 mile per hour range, and we'll see less wind overnight. So your forecast for Valentine's Day, 78 degrees, the high temperature. 75, 6 o'clock, 62 by 10 p.m. It's windy here, but wait till you see the wind gusts up in the Texas Panhandle right now. Serious conditions up there. We're going to take a look here in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Justin. San Antonio police still investigating a late night shooting. It ended with one man now in the hospital. So take a look. It just happened after 9:30 last night. This is Southwest 36th Street near Highway 90. Police tell us the victim was driving. Someone pulled up next to them, started shooting. He was shot in both arms, taken to the hospital.
Right now you can catch part 2 of a story that we brought you last year on Texas Crime Stories, the case of former Border Patrol agent Juan David Ortiz. Ortiz killing 4 women in the Laredo area before a long trial put him in prison for life. 2 months ago, hosts Eric Hernandez and Lee Waldman spoke with the only woman who survived Ortiz's attack and the victims' families. The Border Patrol serial killer part 2 out right now. You can find it on Apple Podcast or Spotify or KSAT12.
Now the story that is sweeping the nation, a terrifying situation. Students sprinting out of a Michigan State University dorm. A gunman started firing on the school's campus. For hours, police searching for the suspect, only to find him dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. In the aftermath of this shooting, 3 people dead. Another 5 in critical condition. ABC's Morgan Norwood explains that this happened less than a year and a half after some of the same students survived a shooting at their high school.
3 students dead, 5 others in critical condition after police say a gunman stormed multiple buildings at Michigan State University and opened fire.
We're getting reports of multiple victims for an active shooter.
Police say the shots fired first at Berkey Hall, an academic building. Dominic Malotki was in class when the gunman walked in and killed 2 students.
He came in our class and let off 3 to 4 rounds when it went silent for about 30 seconds to a minute. 2 of my classmates started breaking open the window.
Moments later, a second shooting where police say the gunman shot and killed his 3rd victim, this time at the MSU Union. Students there frantic.
Run! I see these people running in my direction and I sprint. I'm jumping down flights of stairs. Everyone's freaked out, everyone's terrified, and it's a lot.
For nearly 4 hours, police scoured the dozens of buildings on campus searching for the suspect, ultimately finding him dead. They say it appears the gunman shot himself. According to the Gun Violence Archive, this shooting marks the 67th mass shooting in our country just this year. And it comes on the 5th anniversary of the Parkland High School massacre, and less than a year and a half after the Oxford, Michigan high school shooting. Authorities say some of the students who survived that also among those who were running for their lives overnight.
Another place that is supposed to be about community and togetherness, shattered by bullets and bloodshed.
And Michigan's governor has lowered flags statewide. President Joe Biden has spoken with her and pledged to support local and state response efforts. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Well, back here at home, we are in the midst of the rodeo, and that means rodeo road trip for our San Antonio Spurs. And I got to tell you, it is not going well for them. We're going to explain what happened last night and what happens next.
A local organization making some efforts to help keep our children getting healthy meals and how they're also helping students learn about nutrition.
Welcome back. February is Heart Health Month. A big part of being heart healthy is healthy eating. Brighter Bites is an organization partnering with local schools, making sure young students have what they need for now and what they need for the future.
our students and our families aren't exposed to new fruits and vegetables. We're kind of used to the same things. And so with Brighter Bites coming in, we're giving the students opportunities to try new things, look at new fruits.
Scarlett Garcia is the principal here at Stonewall Flanders Elementary. She sees firsthand how Brighter Bites is already making a difference.
We've seen our kids come in excited, so they already know when Brighter Bites is coming. They look forward to the new fruits and vegetables that they bring to us. And even our families, they were wanting to come in and donate and pass out and so forth, but they're looking forward to making new meals at home.
Brighter Bites is a national nonprofit. It focuses on nutrition education, and they do that through food and through the classroom.
Food access is a struggle here in the city, and so what we're trying to do is provide some extra supports for our families. So by incorporating Brighter Bites into the schools, we are putting fresh fruits and vegetables directly into the hands of these kids and their families.
So 3 times a week, families pull up to the location, and they get fresh fruits and vegetables. They get bags about 20 pounds worth.
This allows us to teach our kids, those snacks that they like to eat. This is going to be better if they have a new fruit or vegetable to try and bring in for their health.
These healthy eating habits are incorporated into the physical education classes, and the hope is that these students take the food and the ideas home with them. Here's the thing, this could just be the start for San Antonio.
Right now, we are partnered with Harlandale ISD. We're in 6 of their elementary schools, and our goal is to expand in the fall to incorporate 6 more of their elementary schools.
And if you want to learn more about Brighter Bites, we have all that information right now. Just head to KSAT12.
Love is in the air all around the Alamo City. Yes, it's Valentine's Day. That's why we're all wearing red. But it's especially true at the Bexar County Courthouse. The tradition of getting married on the courthouse steps continuing today. The first ceremony was right at midnight. Couples were up late. They were there to say, I do. This first coyote was there as well, making a special appearance at the ceremony. This is a free service. It's provided by the Bexar County Clerk's Office. More ceremonies have been held all morning long, and another is set to take place this afternoon. What fun and great weather to do that.
Oh, it was a little cold this morning, but right now, Justin, oh my God, it's gorgeous out there.
Feels good. How cool was it? Spurs coyote being there too. That's awesome. Yeah,
Best man.
Seriously, we're in the mid-70s right now. It does feel really nice outside. It's going to turn out to be a pretty warm day, even warmer tomorrow. Aquifers down at 10th of a foot, 638.2, despite getting a little bit of rain overnight. And looking at the pollen count, ash is up today. It's in a moderate category. 390 molds are low. We're going to talk about the wind statewide because we got some big time wind across the state, plus those warm temperatures tomorrow and a cold front. A lot to talk about. The forecast is coming up.
All right, welcome back. 12:17, 75 degrees out there. I ran into one of the photographers coming in, and I was like, we should just do the show outside.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? And it is February 14th. It is Valentine's Day. I have to ask the question. Justin, did you buy your wife flowers yet?
Right on the spot.
Listen, let's change the subject. No, I'm working on it.
Hey, he's taken off to go.
Okay.
Get his beloved
we're going to
something.
concentrate on Justin for now.
Wow.
Justin, you didn't even wear red. We tried to color coordinate and everything.
Come on, man, get into the spirit. Just a little bit.
Fail. Big fail all the way across.
Your wife loves you anyway.
Let me take you back in time, back to 2021, 2 years ago. You guys, well, obviously, we all remember this.
Yeah.
It was not a Valentine's Day to remember. Wow, we had 3.7 inches of snow. That was downtown. It was almost blizzard-like conditions that night. And then by the time we got into the early morning, the skies cleared. But we knew things were going downhill from there. That's when we started to lose power, and it was just ugly all the way across. So we're looking back 2 years ago. It just goes to show you how very different the weather can be here in the month of February. But meteorologist Sarah Spivey wrote up a great article. If you want to check it out, KSAT12, looking back at that big freeze 2 years ago. Not the setup we have right now. We did have a front come through last night, but this did not bring cold air. It brought gusty winds, and that is really the case across much of the state. So you got showers and storms out ahead of this system as it quickly pushes east and northeast. But behind it, we get a really tight pressure gradient. You see the tight pressure gradient there, and then you get the very gusty winds. And look at these wind gusts. This is astounding. 67-mile-per-hour wind gusts, the latest gust coming out of Lubbock. There is a ton of dust in the air up there now. So basically a massive dust storm underway across West Texas. Amarillo seeing gusts to 56, Midland gusts to 47, Abilene gusts to 44. This dust that's collecting right now over the Panhandle will move due east. It won't really affect us, but we are getting some gusty winds here too, just not as strong. And we also have some pretty dry conditions as well. The lack of humidity, lack of rainfall that we've seen lately, especially out west, then you have red flag warnings. And that's not pink for Valentine's Day. It's just representing the fact that there is a pretty significant fire danger out west today. Gusts to 40 miles per hour possible. Here's the futurecast wind gusts, and this shows gusts to 30, maybe kicking up to 35 at times. Now, I think as we get into this evening, the winds die down some, still breezy around 5 o'clock, but not as strong, and then the winds should go fairly calm overnight. If you take the wind out of the equation, it is quite beautiful outside right now. 74, dew point is at 35, and winds are westerly at 11 miles per hour. The KSAT 12-hour forecast, 76 at 2 o'clock, 77, 78, our high temperature. We'll go mostly sunny tonight, mostly clear as we get into this evening. And temperatures don't fall off all that quickly, 60 at 11 o'clock, 58 by midnight. The dew point trend, this is important. It's dry today, but the dew points jump right back up overnight into tomorrow morning. And with that added humidity, I think we start off with a little bit of fog, but it gets humid by tomorrow afternoon, briefly. It's just one day, but it gets humid and fairly warm. Let me show you the forecast real quick. This is this afternoon, mostly sunny. Then as we get into tomorrow morning, there's the patchy fog. Then skies clear, and we get some really warm temperatures. I think some places could be pushing 90 tomorrow. Not here in San Antonio, but south and west of town. Then here comes a front, kicks up a few showers late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. Nothing really to worry about. And then behind that front on Thursday with some cloud cover, it's going to be a little cooler. So here it is laid out in the 7-day forecast. Windy today, 78. 82 tomorrow after some morning fog. Then the front comes through, small chance of rain, windy, and 59 on Thursday. 50s on Friday. We're back in the 60s and 70s this weekend, then back into the upper 70s to start next week. So a lot of everything in this forecast. You want to check back with us often to make sure you got what you need each and every morning, because the temperatures are going to be all over the place, guys.
Wouldn't it be nice if you got paid for every weather change?
I'd be down with that.
Okay, we'll talk to the boss.
Okay.
Thank you, Justin. Speaking of talking to the bosses, we're going to talk to Greg Popovich, figure out what is happening with the Spurs. Rodeo road trip not going as planned, and look at this. We got football. We just had the Super Bowl. We got the XFL coming this weekend. We got Hines Ward in the city. We're going to explain how you guys can take part. So as you see the rodeo in San Antonio, the Spurs are away and hasn't been good play. They continue in Cleveland. Malachi Branham making his 11th start of the season. Thrill his family who's on hand. First quarter, you saw Zach Collins there making a three for the Spurs, only lead 3-2 later in the quarter. Devontae Graham, new Spurs, bounce past the Keldon, reverse left-handed layup. The Spurs trail 29-17. Still a beautiful shot, though. Cavs would lead 34-19 after 1 second quarter. Defense to offense, Graham stealing the ball, dribbled, pass it to Branham, 3, and San Antonio still down 12. Defense to offense the other way. Branham turns it over. Donovan Mitchell, Karis LeVert, slam dunk, and the Spurs are down by 13. Mitchell scored 23 in the first half alone, 41 overall. The Cavs would lead 65-49 at half. So Cavs leading as many as 21 early in the third, but only led by 10, 91-81 after 36 minutes. Fourth quarter, Blake Wesley pickpockets Darius Garland and slam and score. 6-point game, 95-89. Timeout Cavs. Then a Cavs turnover. Wesley drops. Charles Bassey dime bucket. San Antonio down 4, 95-91. Spurs are hanging in there as close as they would go, though. Come back from a 20-point deficit, taking a lot of energy. They would go on to lose, though, 117-109. Match the franchise record. Not a good record we want to reach. 13 games losing in a row. That goes back to the 88-89 season. Keldon, though, 25 points. Branham, 18 in his return to Ohio.
Defense is the biggest part of the game. I feel like, that second unit group, they came out and, they held it down. So shout out to them.
There's no magic out there. It's just, your pace, your physicality, playing the right way. And we did it for 3 quarters. So obviously that's not enough, but they were fine. Like I said, I was proud of them.
All right, so the Spurs wrap up the first leg of the rodeo road trip tomorrow night, taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Staying with basketball, girls basketball playoffs starting with the bi-district round. Class 5A McCollum playing Highlands at the Alamo Convocation Center. Let's take a look at the game. Third quarter, Cowboys taking control. Charisma Ibada drives to the hoop, banks it in, 33-26 McCollum. The Owls answer back. Janiyah Perkins, beautiful crossover, scoop and score. She has 40 points, but the Cowboys continue to pull away. Miranda Garcia, Mancha cut into the basket, beautiful lay-in, 9-point lead. Then Espinoza dropping it in. Mancha for the 3. McCollum goes on to win it 61-53, and of course, they advance.
I think this is the biggest accomplishment yet. This is everything we wanted. I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. We've worked so hard towards this, so it means a lot.
All right, so what comes next? McCollum taking on the winner of Leander Glenn and Kerrville Tivy in the area round. And look at this. We just got done with the NFL. So what's next? The XFL. Teams are gearing up to take the field. Kickoff this Saturday. 2 games. San Antonio Brahmas beginning their season on Sunday here at home, taking on the St. Louis Battlehawks, 2 p.m. at the Alamo Dome. So we know a lot of people want to take part, including ourselves. Scan the QR code on the screen, enter a chance to win 2 tickets to the home opener. You can be actually part of the bullpen on the field. You got to be a KSAT insider to enter, but sign up is free. Winners get 2 tickets to the game. You get food, drink vouchers, access to a private bar, a chance to take photos on the field, meet folks from KSAT. Again, scan the code on the screen, be an insider, enter to win. Are you excited?
It was a great weekend last year.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
We'll see. I'm very excited. We got football in San Antonio. Couldn't ask for more.
It's about time. Yeah. Pro football. Let's make it work this time, though.
A lot more to come. We'll be right back.
Inflation on the rise. It went up 0.5% in January. That's according to the latest Consumer Price Index. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says that the annual inflation rate was 6.4% in January. While that is down from December, it's still higher than what economists had expected. The cost of housing, food, gasoline, and natural gas contributing to this rise. But despite the increase, inflation appears to be slowing on the year-over-year basis. Last year, the Federal Reserve said the process to bring down inflation would take a bit of time, and that could mean more rate hikes in the future.
All right, T-Mobile customers, a lot of them anyway, have service once again after a widespread service outage in a lot of states, including right here in Texas. All of this according to the website's tracking service interruptions. So numerous posts by users and their service had been changed to SOS mode, meaning they were not directly connected to a network, but they could still make emergency calls. Earlier this morning, T-Mobile's president of technology said the company was operating at near normal levels after making, quote, significant improvements, end quote. The company did not immediately provide details of what caused this or how extensive the outage is.
Now to the latest on those unidentified objects that have been shot down by the U.S. military in recent days. Search teams in South Carolina have made some progress on retrieving critical parts of the payload from that Chinese surveillance balloon that was shot down last week. It does include sensitive spying technology.
China is still claiming it was a weather balloon. ABC's Justin Finch reports the country now accusing the United States of launching our own spy balloons over Chinese airspace.
Today, recovery efforts continuing for those 3 aerial objects U.S. fighter jets have shot down since Friday. But extreme conditions are slowing the search. From Alaska, where pilots shot down a slow-flying cylindrical object, to Canada's remote Yukon territory, and Michigan, where the U.S. downed an octagonal object over Lake Huron. The White House saying these objects were much smaller than that Chinese spying balloon shot down over South Carolina 10 days ago. The latest 3 objects had no communication signals and no maneuvering or propulsion capabilities, but crews have not yet recovered any debris.
The most important thing for the American military is to protect the American people. So we evaluate the risk. We evaluate the risk of the balloons themselves. Are they a kinetic threat or not? Yes, no. Are they an intelligence threat? Are they a threat to civil aviation?
And encouraging news on that Chinese spying balloon. Search teams recovering significant portions of its payload, including antennas, technical equipment, and sensors. China still claiming it was a weather balloon, and its foreign ministry is accusing the U.S. of flying at least 10 illegal spy balloons over its airspace. The Biden administration saying that's not true.
And do we spy over China? We do not deploy surveillance balloons over China.
And the White House says China appears to have ramped up its spy balloon program in recent years, and that the U.S. has now been able to reverse engineer flight paths that weren't detected before. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
It is so hard to believe, but days after devastating earthquakes hit Turkey and Syria, rescuers are still finding survivors beneath the rubble. And that includes a pair of brothers. They were rescued just today in Turkey. They were found among the ruins of an 8-story building. The death toll from the magnitude earthquakes has passed 35,000, and that number is likely to go up as search teams find more bodies. Many in Turkey are blaming faulty construction for the vast devastation there, and authorities are continuing to target contractors allegedly linked to those buildings that collapsed. Turkey has introduced construction codes that meet earthquake engineering standards, but experts say that those codes are rarely enforced.
Former South Carolina Republican Governor Nikki Haley making it official, announcing she is running for president in 2024. So Nikki Haley served in the Trump administration as an ambassador to the United Nations. She's expected to speak at a campaign launch event Wednesday in Charleston.
We're taking a look outside with live cam. If you haven't been out yet today to buy your loved one flowers or candy or whatever you want.
It seems like a direct shot at Justin and myself.
I'm sorry. It's just you don't have an excuse. The weather is not in your way, my friend.
No excuses, none whatsoever. I want to show you a picture on our KSAT Connect. We were talking about 2021 earlier, a little bit of a throwback to the big winter storm, if you remember that. Got underway on this day back in 2021. Take a look at this picture. It does not even look like South Texas. That was Bandera Creek. And that looks like from somewhere up north. It just does not look like something you would see here locally, but that was the scene 2 years ago. What a difference today when you compare the two. 74 right now here in San Antonio, 75 in Converse. It's going to be a warm Valentine's Day, albeit a little bit windy. We're going to get some gusts around 30, 35 this afternoon out of the west, but that's already pushing temperatures up to near 80 in Devine and Pleasanton. Kerrville at 70, Bandera at 70. We'll look at the forecast for today. 75 by 6 o'clock, mostly sunny, into the 60s tonight. Those winds will die down. So there's no excuses, none at all. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Justin. Hair care products that come with a hefty price tag and even heftier promises now at the center of a lawsuit. Several customers say the Olaplex system not only didn't help their hair, it damaged it and even led to some injuries. Now the company is defending itself against these allegations.